Question number 6. This pseudocode algorithm is intended to allow 1,000 positive integers to be input and stored in a 1D array. The integers are added together as their input, and the highest value is identified. At the end of the algorithm, the highest number, the total, and the average of the numbers are input. Now you can see integers are added together as their input, and the highest value is identified. At the end of the algorithm, the highest number, the total, and the average of the numbers are output. Now, this is the given pseudocode algorithm, and you have to identify the line numbers of 5 errors in the pseudocode and suggest a correction for each error. Do you want to do it? It's an array used to store 1,000 positive numbers, 1,000 positive integers, and it's a 1D array, and highest, total, and yes, what are the problems here? There are 5 errors here. Yes, are you doing it? Have you identified? Let's do it. Should we do it together? Okay, now let's see. Are we able to identify the errors or not? See, declare numbers array 1:1000 of integer, correct? Declare highest string. Highest is used to store the highest value. It should not be string. Fine. Declare count integer. Declare total integer. Highest is initialized with a very high value, which is wrong. Highest, what have we learned? Highest is initialized with a low value. Total equals to 0. The count equals to 1 to 1,000. Input numbers count. Input is taken in the array numbers at the count location from 1 to 1,000. Total equals to total plus count. Is it correct? Exactly, that is a problem. It should have been total equals to total plus numbers count. We have to actually add this value. Fine. So it is also an error. This is identified. Line number 10, if numbers count is greater than total. So are we supposed to compare it with total? Then highest equals to numbers count. Exactly, that is also an error. So that is line number 10. Then highest equals to highest assignment operator, numbers count, end if, next count. After that, all the outputs are together. Output, the highest number is highest. Output, the total is total. Output, the average is average divided by 1,000. Is it correct? That's great. So line number 17 has an error. Average should not be here, it should be total. So have we identified the errors appropriately? All the 5 errors, line 2, line 5, line 9, line 10, and line 17. 2, 5, 9, 10, 17. Yes, did we all identify the same? Okay, now let's see. Line 2, declare highest string is wrong, should have been declare highest integer. Line 5, highest assignment operator 1500 is wrong. It should be highest assignment operator 0. Third error is in line number 9. Total equals to total plus count is wrong. It should have been total equals to total plus numbers of count. And the next error is in line number 10. If numbers count is greater than total is wrong. Should have been if numbers count is greater than highest. And fifth error is in line number 17, as we had identified. and it should have been output. The average is total divided by 1,000. In this manner, within 5 minutes maximum, if you really know the whole process, then the whole concept is clear, then you can easily identify this so well. Isn't it easy? 5 marks are yours, exactly. Okay. Write the pseudocode statement to output the average of the numbers rounded to 2 decimal places. It's a 2-mark question. So what is required? This is the requirement that we have to output the average to 2 decimal places. So what is the change that is needed? Instead of total upon 1,000 only, what are we supposed to do is we are going to use the round function. And you can see it's so simple. Round brackets total divided by 1,000, comma 2. To 2 decimal places. That was the requirement. Round it to 2 decimal places. So your division of marks is like this. Correct use of round function to round the average and set to 2 decimal places. For example, output the average is round total divided by 1,000, comma 2. So 5 and 2 marks are yours in such a short time. Okay. Part C. Explain how could you change the corrected algorithm so that it also finds the smallest number that was input and outputs its value at the end. Now, it is the explanation. Be clear that you are not required to write the pseudocode at all. Any code used must be fully explained. Again, be clear. They want you to explain the changes that you need to bring in the same pseudocode, the corrected one, to find out the smallest value. Now you can see it's a 4-mark question. It means that they are expecting the students to write 4 valid points. What is the first thing that we need to see? When the way you have seen, this question is dealing with declaration. Okay, now let me show you the same pseudocode once again. And now we are expected to identify and explain 4 things that we should do in order to find the smallest number. See, what is the first change? Definitely this line. So here it was high, so definitely what I want is along with this, I may need a smallest variable to be declared first and initialized. So how should we initialize the smallest value? That's great. Smallest will be initialized maybe with 1,500, maybe with a very high value. So that is going to be your second point. After that, the way we are trying to figure out using if the highest number, so similarly, we have to use if to find out the lowest number also. And fourth point will be, you have to output the highest number, the way we have done it for the highest. So similarly, outside the loop, we have to have the smallest value also be displayed. So in this manner, for a 4-mark question, you have identified the declaration of the new variable for smallest at the start of the algorithm, initializing of smallest variable to the higher number, when the way we have done earlier, we have told you. Now you have to use a new selection statement like after inside the loop, just to check that whether the number is the smallest number or not, the same way we have done. Now you can see new selection statement after input to compare input with current smallest number, check if smallest number of smallest value flag not set, check if counter equals to 1. So there are different ways that you can write and you are going to get the point. You are going to gain the marks. If input is smaller than current smallest value, should replace it, or if smallest value flag is not set, then if counter equals to 1. Outside the loop, you have to output the current value of the smallest variable. So the same as we have identified, looking at our question, we can find this also. Yes, exactly. That's great, Ali, that you remember that we have done such questions earlier also while you were practicing thoroughly from the previous papers. But the only change was it was a simple program. Now it is dealing with an array only. That is the only change. Fine. So concept is the same. That is what I want you people to understand. Concept is the same. What you need to see is understand the question, read it thoroughly, and start answering. And be clear, if you write a pseudocode, you will not gain any mark at all. Because this question is asking you to explain. You have done this, And I've just shared with you the marking scheme so you can understand this is what they are expecting the students to write. You've done the explanation and shared the marking scheme to definitely be clear about your answers. Okay.